The very last episode is so good. The last episode of this season is basically a bottle episode. And the only people you basically see is Carmy, Sydney, Richie, and Sugar. And that's it.
Mm-hmm. So, did you watch all of The Bear?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm only halfway through it, but if you want to talk about it, I mean, I'm not. Don't worry about spoilers or anything. I'm still working my way through it because it's like this past week, and I hate how they release all the episodes at once. I hate that.
Yeah,
because
I know.
They did it for The Bear. They did it for Squid Game, and Squid Game, I got fucking spoiled for me because I didn't finish it. Dickhead on YouTube has to use like this big cameo thumbnail. And then The Bear, I mean, I don't think there's much for me to spoil with that. I know there's going to be like some exceptional episodes and stuff, but it's not like this big Hollywood cameo at the end of Squid Game that you're expecting. No. But yeah, what are you thinking? You weren't a fan of the third season like me. I didn't even finish the third season, but what did you think of the fourth season?
This season's really fucking good. It's I really wish you had seen all of it. Okay. Because it's not even about spoilers. It's about okay, so fuck. What's the episode that you finished? What's the last episode you finished? What happened?
Well, fuck. It seems like the same shit happens. We're going to lose business. We're going to lose the business. Okay. The one episode it's like that. Like, we got a clock over here. Look at that clock. When that clock runs out, you lose the business.
Clock, dude. I know. Come on. It's like, what do you do? Hey, drama for the sake of drama, right? You know, I'm like, I don't know, but yeah. Go ahead.
Okay, so I'll just go with my gripes about The Bear in general. Why I don't like it as much as season 1 and 2. I think I don't like it as much. I still think it's a good show. I think it's a little overrated by what people say about it because the original concept of the show was this fancy culinary chef going to his brother's restaurant that's basically a fucking Italian beef place. And now fancy restaurant where they're serving rich guests. That alone makes me care less about the show than I did in the previous seasons. Like that story is what hooked me in the first season, and maybe like their transition into that is pretty interesting, but when they're like in that doing that, I don't really care anymore. Like it's got fantastic acting and directing, and it's got some episodes, and I was just about to say, I think it's episode 4 where that Sydney gets her hair done by her cousin, and then she's basically going back and forth about it. She's staring at the bear, going to this next restaurant, and she's using her like daughter as, you know, a way to kind of figure it out. Like episodes like that, I really like when they just pin down on something. And I know there's a wedding episode that's really good too. I haven't gotten to.
Yeah.
But yeah, with The Bear, it's not like a whole collection of a season. There's like standout episodes that I really appreciate, but it's like almost like what's his name? Carm. He's the main character, but he's like the least interesting thing about the show.
Yeah. They address that. Like that's what sucks. Is it's kind of a slow. I like every episode, but this season starts out very slow, and then the good stuff happens literally halfway through. Because the wedding episode's like the 7th episode. There's an episode where he's literally hanging out with his mom all fucking day. Like him and Jamie Lee Curtis. There's never he never has many scenes with her ever, and then he literally has a whole episode with her. Pretty sweet. There's the very last episode is so fucking good. There's maybe a couple of the last episode of this season is basically a fucking bottle episode. And the only people you basically see is Carmy, Sydney, Richie, and Sugar. And that's it.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
It's such a fucking good episode though. And then let's see. as far as spoilers, like, you're kind of right when you say it's like nothing really happens. It's just, oh, fuck, we're going to lose the business. You're kind of right, but they fucked up so bad with season 3, like with legit nothing happening. It seems like in season 4, they have to kickstart some, like, you notice how much less pretentious this season is. Does that make sense? With all that fucking, because it really seemed like they had to stretch the taffy. Does that make sense in that season 3?
Well,
like,
okay.
They just didn't have much shit to fucking work with.
A gripe I have, and what I noticed that they kept repeating, is that they'd have like this fucking sad indie music playing, and then it'd be like a montage of everyone looking miserable, and they do it like every other episode. I'm like, I get it. Like,
yeah, no, for real, like, yeah, but so it's Carmy. You're right. I'm pretty much right there with you. Backing up a little bit, I'm pretty much right there with you. Like, I wish they never turned it into a goddamn 5-star restaurant or whatever they're trying to go for, Michelin restaurant, bougie kind of shit, whatever. I wish that didn't happen, because it's that very first season had that spark. But then I kind of, when you understand more about what's going on in the family and shit like that, it kind of makes those the way things transitioned from season 1 make sense. If that makes sense, like,
yeah,
it's kind of like, and I hate to fuck, because this really is not a correlation, but it kind of is. People hated the ending for How I Met Your Mother.
Okay.
But that was always planned that way. They literally filmed the fucking ending for that show in the pilot, and they had the actors playing the kids sign a release saying, you can never spoil this. Now, that's not to say that as 9 seasons of this show went on that they shouldn't have changed it. But they stuck to their guns, and they kept it the way they had originally envisioned it. Fucked the ending up, but they did it. I don't know if that was always the plan, was that Carmy was trying. I'm pretty sure it was. That Carmy was going to turn the shitty sandwich shop into because he's trying to, in a fucking weird way, honor his brother's legacy. Because what's the moral of the show? He hates he thought his brother hated him, or so he wanted to work with his brother. He wanted to have a relationship with his brother. His brother's all fucked up in the head, and his brother's always resisting him. But deep down, his brother wishes he could, but he doesn't want Carmy to come down with him, because he already knows where the fuck he's going. Mikey already knew what the fuck was going to happen, and he didn't want, so he was proactively looking out for Carmy. That fucking destroyed Carmy, because look at the family he's got. Sugar, who's a fucking wreck. It's his sister, who's always worried about every goddamn thing. His mom is a fucking alcoholic, crazy-ass, bipolar psycho, and then his, some of his other family who lives abroad or whatever are okay, because they live abroad. And then, so he's... And that's, God damn it, Wes, why did you watch all of it? Because it would make more sense
I tried.
if I could... Okay, look, okay, all right. We're going to go into... Look, you said you didn't care about spoilers, right?
Okay, yeah.
I'm going to tell you basically what the last episodes have been on. Carmy is going to leave the restaurant. He goes out in an alley, and he's talking to Sid, and him and Sid having that... Because he's leaving the restaurant. The reason why he's leaving the restaurant is because the whole reason he went to go be the best chef in the world, and he literally says this 3 or 4 times in different episodes and different seasons, was because he wanted to prove he thought his brother fucking hated him, and he thought his brother didn't think he could be anybody. He didn't know what his brother really meant, because you got to remember that he was a 20-year-old at that point, probably in the show, like, because I don't know what year all that stuff transpired. It was earlier, before whatever. And I don't know how old Jeremy Allen White is in real life. I'm sure he's mid-30s, but so he's like trying to be the best. He's like, I wanted to be the best. And then his fucking brother died, so who's he going to prove it to now? But the whole thing is, he doesn't know who he is outside of trying to be a better cook than his brother. And then his brother died. And then what did he do? He just kept overcorrecting. What did he do in season 3? I got to change the menu all the time. And that's what he's saying. He's like, all he tried to do was block all this shit out. And now he's like, I want to deal with this shit. And really what kind of made him want to do that is the episode with his mom. That's part of it. There's some other things that happen that you'll see that you kind of makes sense. But then he also has a great scene. Richie comes out and he's like, what are you two bitches talking about? And then him and Richie have their fucking thing. And that's a great scene too. And then Sugar comes out. And then, so that whole last episode really ties a lot of fucking ends together. And it kind of helps you make more sense of shit.
Okay.
So I understand why you have the feelings that you do. But really, the back half of this season is very good. The Wedding is a good season, more not because of... It's just a happy episode. You remember the chaotic Christmas episode where everything...
Polar opposite.
Let's all yell over each other. It's the polar fucking opposite.
Yeah.
It's just feel good. Everything's bright colors. Everyone's having a pretty decent time. Him and Claire have resolved their bullshit or whatever, It's like there is some character development for everybody to a degree. That they scaled the facts back. So they scaled them back a lot because people hated them in season 3. But I'm like, God,
really?
I don't know why. I really liked the facts of season 3. But like, if Reddit's anything to behold, which it's not, but if you read Reddit, like that was where everybody was pointing most of their hatred towards, was that very first episode where it's like huffing your own farts and then the facts and John Cena. That was all the complaints I mostly saw about season 3.
Well, they probably shouldn't be beholden to
which was
fucking
true.
Reddit for a regular show.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly, but I don't know. What does a young writer read? If anything. It's not like people ain't Googling themselves as far as, especially with that shit, especially if you have a show that was critically acclaimed and then had a sudden tank. Now, I'm pretty sure there's going to be one last season.
Yeah, I just seen that they greenlit a season 5 just recently.
Okay, all right. So. I would probably assume that it will be the last season. But basically what happens is Carm's like, I want to leave. He's like, I'm going to sign over. Well, or no, that's what happens. Pete, Sugar's husband, the one that everybody gives shit to, you know how he's always hounding about that contract? He's always hounding Sydney about that contract. He calls her about that contract, but he's like, it changed. Carmy's not on it anymore. So she confronts him about it when he's outside smoking, and then that's where the whole episode starts.
Okay.
You don't skip to that episode, though. Get there naturally.
I'm gonna watch the whole season.
It's good. It really is a lot better on these last episodes.
Yeah.
I like, if that's another thing too, I really like how the first shit you see is just literally Mike and Carmy, and then you don't see Mike again the rest of the season. Okay. Like, they went ahead and they used their John Bernthal card early in this season. Which, not that I hate. I always like seeing him. I always assume he's going to be in an episode somewhere. But he's in there. I'm trying to think. Is there like any note really? Oh, dude, okay. Oliver Platt, man. God damn. I fucking love me that Oliver Platt. Especially in this fucking show. And he's probably my second favorite character next to Richie. Yeah. For real. Like, it's just so fucking good. And then, like, how he's, like, fucking with the computer and shit. The computer.
He's got he brought the clock. He brought the clock in.
Yeah,
like, you're fucked.
Yeah, you're fucked.
This is the countdown. What would you give this season, though?
0. What would I give this season? 4.
Yeah.
4 out of 5. Because I've already rewatched certain episodes again.
Oh, really?
Because they're good.
I'm really behind this.
I don't typically rewatch like seasons, but I'll rewatch certain episodes. Who the fuck? I mean, like, you're dead inside if you don't get feelings from watching Forks. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, what a great episode of TV, just period. Like, it's like the whole guy's life just turns around just because he found purpose. Like, you know what I mean? And just, especially that guy who dresses like a Russian Slav for every episode up until that point. You know what I mean?
He's got the nice suits, but he's still rocking the neck beard, and
that's what I love. This is it's one of the first episodes when Richie and Sydney they have to go get something to fix a pipe or something, and like all these Arby's bags, these aren't from the same visit, these are from separate visits. and then she goes, I respect that. That's like one of my I fucking love. And then dude, like that's another thing too, is Richie and Sydney's relationship, how much it grows, because like they have a lot of really good scenes, especially in this season. Because remember, I just got fucking stabbed. I just got, because like they're like beefing and shit.
I got stabbed. Not right now. I got stabbed. Probably fucking deserved it.
Yeah. I'll fucking kill you, motherfucker. They're like in each other's. And then that goddamn song by what's that band? Kid Smokes a Wilco, that fucking live version of that Wilco song, Spiders, or Kid Smoke is playing. Like, that whole, it's like a 9-minute long song. It's like, oh, now we gotta fucking fry 55 fucking burgers and all this shit. 55 burgers, 55 fries, 55 shits. They need to fucking splice those two scenes together somehow.
And the receipt.
What? Like, because Richie says, what does that mean? What that means is we gotta fry 55 burgers, 55 shakes, 55. Oh, fuck. Oh, I do it to myself sometimes. But anyway.
55 burgers, 55 fries, 55 tacos, 55 pies, 55 cokes, 100 tater tots, 100 pizzas, 100 tenders, 100 meatballs, 100 coffees, 55 wings, 55 shakes, 55 pancakes, 55 pasta, 55 peppers, and 155 taters.
Them in 5, basically. I'm gonna order them in
stop.
5.
Everything. Fire everything right fucking now.
Okay, I'll fire everything now. I just was finishing talking to Marcus, and
Step out.
Okay, I'm gonna talk to Marcus.
Get the fuck off my expo chef now! Get the fuck off!
But no, this season definitely is what I wish season 3 would have been. Season 4, you can probably get through, watch all season 1, watch all season 2, watch 2-3 episodes of season 3, and then watch all season 4. Pretty good TV, I'd say.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, watch those last episodes.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to finish it, unlike season 3, where I just kind of gave up. But I don't know if there's like certain episodes in season 3 I should watch, but I kind of got the gist of what was still happening.
The Tina episode is really good. Watch that Tina episode if you haven't, because that's really good. I think that's like the 7th or 8th season. Because that's another thing too. You don't get a lot of Tina in this season. That kind of sucked. Like some of those characters that were really present in the first couple seasons, like you don't get a lot of Tina. Let's see, Marcus. There's a couple really good things that happen with Marcus that's cool, but it seems like you don't get to see as much of Marcus this season. Or maybe I'm just making that up. I don't know. Like but I really kind of distinctly remember you don't get a lot of Tina in this season. And God, she was all over season 1 and 2, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yes, Jeff.
Yes, Jeff. Fuck you, Jeff. Fuck you, Jeff. Yeah. God damn, like, what a spicy bitch. But no, shit. And then, yeah, and then Sydney gives her the what for. And it's like, all right, goddamn shit, I'm sorry.
You cut vegetables like a bitch.
Don't wipe your hands on your apron, Chef.
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 Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up, leave a comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit the bell so you never miss an update. If you want to support the channel and get exclusive content, check out our Patreon in the link below.